o3-Pro is here. It is the most powerful model available today, coming from OpenAI. And it's actually kind of a weird release. It's really powerful, but that doesn't really show up in the benchmarks. It's incredibly slow, thinking for minutes with just a response to hi, and they released it nearly the same day as an 80% price drop on the o3 vanilla model. So I'm gonna break down all of the news, plus I'm gonna show you a lot of the industry reactions to it because they've been varied to say the least. And of course, I asked it to build a Rubik's Cube simulation. Do you think it was able to? And if so, how long did it take? I'll show you that later in the video. And let me just take a second to tell you about humanity's last prompt engineering guide. This is a prompt engineering guide that my team put together. It covers everything you need to know to get the most out of large language models, just like o3-Pro. It's completely free. All you have to do is sign up for our newsletter, which is also free. Link down below, check it out. o3-Pro is rolling out to all pro users in ChatGPT and in the API. In expert evaluations, reviewers consistently prefer o3-Pro over o3, highlighting its improved performance in key domains, including science, education, programming, data analysis, and writing. The interesting one is writing because that's the one that doesn't have a verifiable reward, which means it's harder to use reinforcement learning with it. So maybe they're using another model as a judge. I don't know because OpenAI doesn't really share much. Reviewers also rated o3-Pro consistently higher for clarity, comprehensiveness, instruction following, and accuracy. Let's take a look. So this is the win rate with human testers against o3 versus o3-Pro. All queries, we have a 64% win rate, scientific analysis, 64, personal writing, 66, computer programming, 62%, data analysis, 64. And of course, because they're using reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards, this model, just like the other reasoning models, is incredibly good at math, science, and coding. Here are some benchmarks. Here's o1-Pro, here's o3 Medium, and o3-Pro getting 3% higher on the AIME 2024. Here's GPQA Diamond, which is a PhD science question benchmark. o3-Pro, again, coming in about 3% higher than o3 Medium. But here's where it gets really impressive. On the competition code, Code Forces, the o3-Pro model hits 2748 ELO, and that is as compared to o3 Medium, which is 2517. That is a 200 plus point bump from o3 Medium. That is substantial. And this is pass at 1, which means they were only given one try to solve the problem. And for those of you wondering how that compares to human competitors on the Code Forces competition, here it is. Number 159 in the entire world has the same score of 2748. So o3-Pro now is ranked 159 in the world in the Code Forces competition. And if you remember, Sam Altman said,
o3 is the 175th best competitive programmer in the world. I think our internal benchmark is now around 50, and maybe we'll hit number 1 by the end of this year.
And to also test if the model just quote unquote got lucky, OpenAI does this 4 out of 4 reliability benchmark, which they test against those same benchmarks, but the model has to get it right 4 out of 4 times to be considered successful. So if it gets it right 3 out of 4 times, that's a failure. And that's what we're looking at here. So slightly lower scores, but still very impressive. And o3-Pro comes with all of the tools out of the box. It can search the web, it can analyze files, it can execute code, it takes image inputs, it can use Python, and it has access to memory. All right, so let's see how the industry reacted. Greg Cameron, the president of the ARC Prize, has been playing with the new o3-Pro for a few days now. I was surprised to see that the performance is in line with o3 released in April, meaning it wasn't a huge performance bump, but I don't think that tells the whole story. My hunch is that o3-Pro will be much more robust and thorough even if intelligence didn't improve, less hallucinations, and better able to handle long context nuance. Let me show you how o3-Pro performed on the ARC Prize. So surprisingly, o3 Preview actually scored higher than o3-Pro, but as you can see here, it was significantly more expensive. Now, here's o3-Pro High, o3-Pro Medium, and o3-Pro Low. They all vary between $1 and $10. This one looks like it's about $250, and o3-Pro Medium and High are probably right around $5 or $6 per task. So a little bit more expensive than these other models like Claude Opus 4, o1 Medium, but Claude Sonnet 4, o3 Mini, Gemini 2.5 Pro, Preview Thinking. These are all pretty substantially less expensive than the o3-Pro model. But if we look to the left, we see o3 High, o4 Mini High, and o3 Medium all scoring at about the same percentage win rate on this benchmark. However, it is substantially more expensive, probably coming in around 50 or 60 cents per task. And before we go any further, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, SEO Writing. SEO Writing just launched a feature called Superpage. Superpage is an agent that helps you create hyper-optimized, well-structured, results-oriented web pages that are specifically tailored to perform really well in search engines by looking at your competitors. So if you have a business and you're trying to rank higher in the search engines, you're trying to get more people to convert once they land on your pages, you need to check out Superpage by SEOwriting.ai. Within just a few minutes, you can develop content with strategically and optimally placed call to actions that improve customer conversions. Superpage is available through their SEO writing service, and they're offering my viewers 25% off using the discount code Berman25. And that applies to all plans. So if you have a business, you want to get more customers, check out SEO Writing, check out Superpage, let them know I sent you by using the discount code Berman25 and learn more right now. Thanks again to SEO Writing AI for sponsoring this video. Now, back to the video. Flavio Adamo, known for doing the rotating hexagon ball test, got early access. He said extremely cheaper, faster, and way more precise than o1-Pro. And looking at this test, it looks really good. And he said o3-Pro is the first model to handle realistic collisions between balls and walls almost perfectly. And a new part of the test, which I haven't seen before, is when the balls finally exit and hit this orange line right here, they shoot back to the middle. But it is really slow. Even the most basic questions take up to 10-20 minutes to run. Here's Yu Chen from Hyperbolic Labs. o3-Pro is the slowest and most overthinking model. All he said, "Hi, I'm Sam Altman," reasoned for nearly 4 minutes. Now, he said a simple hi cost me $80. That's not actually true if he's going through the interface because it's kind of included in the price. Then he tried it again and it thought for over 13 minutes for the same exact prompt. But here's the thing. He said, what could it possibly be thinking about during that 13 minutes? Well, we have no idea because the chain of thought is obfuscated and the summaries are basically useless. More on that in a minute. McKay Wrigley, my last 4 o3-Pro requests in ChatGPT thought for 26 minutes, 23 minutes, 19 minutes, and 21 minutes. Absolute powerhouse of a model. Now, it's really only a powerhouse if after all of that thinking time, it actually produces the correct result. And only if it warranted that much inference time to begin with. Because if you're asking it what's 2 + 2 and it takes 25 minutes, that's useless. Matt Schumer said o3-Pro did it. How many words are in your response to this prompt? Thought for nearly 9 minutes, but precisely 7 words are in this response, which is a perfect response. It got it right. And if you were wondering, you're probably not surprised, Pliny the Liberator did jailbreak o3-Pro. Our new friend o3 here is slow as molasses but smart as a whip. Likely the most capable reasoner we've seen thus far. Refusal mechanisms are strong, which will no doubt frustrate a lot of people who end up waiting multiple minutes watching tokens burn, only to be met with an over refusal, meaning it shouldn't have refused, but it did. But as I said, he jailbroke it. We've got right an HID attack and an explicit rap roasting tech titans. I'm not going to show those, but just trust me, he did it. And here's what I've had multiple people message me about and why they are saying o3-Pro is so powerful. Don't think about it like other models. Think about it as a partner with deep strategic capabilities. This is a review by Ben from Raindrop. So he said, there's no simple test or question I could ask it that blew me away. Then I took a different approach. My co-founder Alexis and I took the time to assemble a history of all our past planning meetings at Raindrop, all of our goals, even record voice memos, and then asked o3-Pro to come up with a plan. We were blown away. It spit out the exact kind of concrete plan and analysis I've always wanted an LLM to create, complete with target metrics, timelines, what to prioritize, and strict instructions on what to absolutely cut. The plan o3 gave us was plausible, reasonable, but the plan o3-Pro gave us was specific and rooted enough that it actually changed how we're thinking about our future. This is hard to capture in an eval. So it seems the vibes are strong. And as I said, this isn't the first example of someone loading up a bunch of their internal data and getting strategy back, but very powerful, real strategy for their business. All right, and one of my favorite follows on Twitter, Daria, who is an MD, had access to o3-Pro, and here's what he said. I've been working with o3-Pro to develop Immune System 2.0, a modestly ambitious attempt to completely re-engineer our immune system. I first asked o3-Pro to identify key limitations of our natural immune system and posed the same question to the O3 model. The responses from o3-Pro were definitely wiser, more thoughtful, suggesting deeper understanding of the immune system. So it output all of this really critical information for thinking about if we were to re-engineer our immune system. Ethan Mollick gave it a puzzle, and I know we just talked about giving puzzles to models in the previous Apple paper video, so check this out. He said, create a word ladder from Earth to space, change only one letter at a time. So basically, you take the word Earth, you come up with one letter change each step all the way till you can reach space. And each word has to actually be a real word, and they define what the word is here in this column. So Earth, Garth, girth, birth, birch. I won't read all of them, all the way to space. It did it correctly. And he specifically said, probably not contamination. The answer is different than the only online answer, which is for Earth to space in any case. All right. So I gave it the Rubik's Cube simulation prompt. This is the same exact prompt that I gave to Gemini 2.5 Pro. It thought for 12 minutes and 10 seconds and output this code. So I copied the code, pasted it in my editor, and I saw that it's only 328 lines of code, which already gave me some pause because remember, Gemini 2.5 Pro took about 1,200 plus lines of code to solve this. And I didn't have high hopes, but let's see, maybe it was just super efficient. And here it is. It failed, unfortunately. So I click generate, nothing really happens. And so looking at the error, it's actually a really simple error. So it just failed to resolve the specifier 3. It just had the wrong reference. So let me just fix that little thing and then see if it works. All right, so fixing the 3JS error actually did generate the cube, but if you're looking at it, it does not look like a Rubik's Cube because it has all flat sides. Let's see what happens when we rotate. Nope. That's not quite right. Definitely like decently close, but certainly a failure. So that's it. Let me know what you think of o3-Pro. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.